Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you joined us today. Check out the sections on the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage, which make it easier to find classes by length or by purpose or by body area. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget it's free. We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. In today's practice, we'll explore poses to reset for the new year. It's a great time to reset our mind and body, breathe into the new year, and get ready for all of its possibilities. You'll only need a chair for today's class. And let's get started. We're going to take just a moment to ground our feet to the earth. Remember, we've got those 4 pressure points, so make sure they're equally weighted on the floor and that both feet are equally weighted. Same thing with your sits bones. So we want to be sitting up nice and tall on those sits bones and have them equally weighted on the chair. All right, let's go ahead and flip our palms up towards the ceiling. Bring those shoulders down out of the ears. Close your eyes and just begin to breathe. Noticing the breath, noticing that natural inhalation and exhalation. Let's deepen that breath, inhaling a little more deeply and exhaling a little more completely. Do that a few more times. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Let's roll those shoulders up, back, and down. So it's very exaggerated. Forward, up, back, and down. And then let's reverse it. So we'll go back, and then up, and then forward, and down again. Do it again. Feels so good. All right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's go ahead now and drop our right ear to our right shoulder. So simply clasp your hands behind your back, and if that doesn't feel good, just grab a hold to the back of your chair, right? Either is fine, doesn't matter. But I want you to lift up through the heart, so up through the sternum, squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back, and feel that neck stretch. Feels so good to me. All right, are we ready? We're going to now just drop your chin towards your chest. Don't lose that squeeze behind you. Just changes the stretch a little bit. All right, now let's take that left ear to the left shoulder. We have one more here. Let's go ahead and drop that chin towards the chest one final time. All right, go ahead and look up and release those hands. And let's do another shoulder roll. And release. Okay. So we're going to move into a cat and a cow. So as we begin our series, let's lift up. So kind of lift up through the spine, open up through the throat. Crown of the head is to the ceiling. So there's our starting position. Now we're going to come back, grab the back of that chair, squeeze your shoulder blades together into that cow pose. So I'm looking up slightly. Now pull the belly button in, round your shoulders, tuck your chin. Place your hands on the thighs and just tuck your chin, looking at the lap, really round the shoulders, okay? So don't hold the head up, let the head fall. Let's do that again. Up we go, lift up through the throat, opening up, feel that stretch, squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Let's inhale here, exhale, round down into cat. Let's open up and inhale into cow. And let's round down into cat. Let's do that one final time. Open up into cow. And round down into cat. And release. How does that feel? Should feel pretty good. Okay, we're going to move into an extended mountain series. So we're going to take our hands all the way to the ceiling. So shoulders stay down, belly is tight, fingertips to the ceiling. Palms are together. Interlace the fingers, and the pointer finger is up towards the ceiling. So you see what I'm doing there? Interlacing the fingers, pointer finger to the ceiling. Okay, are we ready? We're going to lean to the right. So as I lean, I want this side to stay down, all right? So keep this hip down on the chair, and then up we go, and then we're going to lean the other way. And then up we go, and let's just bring our hands down and take just a little break. We're going to add one more thing on to that series, okay? Here we go. Hands to the ceiling, palms together, pointer fingers up to the ceiling. We're going to lean. And then we're going to add a little twist. So I'm looking up at the ceiling. You feel that? So you should be feeling those side waist muscles engaging and stretching. Take the twist out all the way to the ceiling. We're going to lean the other way, and then we're going to add that little twist. One more breath here. Take the twist out all the way up to the ceiling and release. Very good. Okay. We're going to move into a crescent lunge. So I'm going to take my right knee and I'm going to open it nice and wide. And then I'm going to let my other knee fall down towards the floor. So this could be right where you want to stay, and you should be feeling a nice stretch here in the front side of this leg. If you want a little bit more, just push this foot back behind you a little bit, okay? So be gentle. You know, there's just you don't need to like really crank on it, but just be super gentle here. But that might give you a little more stretch here in the front side of that back leg. Just one more breath. Let's release it, and let's do that one more time. Ready? Here we go. Push it back. Lifting that heart. So I'm not leaning forward, okay? So lift your heart up. There you go. One more breath here, and let's face forward. We're going to move into a pyramid pose on this side, and then we'll do the other side, both poses. So we're going to extend nice and long and let our heart fall forward. So keep the back flat. This front side of this, the back side of the front leg is what we're stretching. You feeling that? Ooh, and let's go ahead and come up, and we're going to do that one more time. So lengthen nice and long through the spine. Keep the back flat as you let your heart fall forward. There is that hamstring stretch. Pyramid pose. One more breath here. All right, let's come up, and we're going to go to the other side now. So we're going to open this knee nice and wide, and then we're going to take the opposite knee down towards the floor. Okay, so remember, same thing as like on the other side. If you want to just keep that knee straight down to the floor, that's fine. But if you want a little bit more, you're going to push your foot back just a smidge. You're going to lift your heart, feeling the front side of this leg, right? You feel that? I do. All right, let's release it, and let's do that one more time. Heart is lifted, crown of the head to the ceiling, abdominals are nice and tight. One more breath, release that, and let's face forward, and we'll move into pyramid pose. Extend that leg out in front of you, toes to the ceiling, lengthen through the spine, let that heart fall forward. So I will tell you, I do keep my hands on my thighs for a little support here. It's fine. Keeping the back flat is the key. That's where you're going to maximize the stretch. All right, let's go ahead and roll up and do it one more time. Lengthen first, hinge forward, and let that heart fall towards your thigh. One more breath, and up we go. All right, let's grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. And we're going to be facing the seat of the chair. Now go ahead and hold on to the back, and I want you to take a step back. Okay? We're going to move into a downward facing puppy. So we're going to hinge forward. right at the hips. Let's place our hands in the chair. Bring your weight forward. Now, we're going to come down onto those forearms, okay? Let your heart fall back. So maybe you want to take another little step back. Your choice. You don't have to. But I want the hips high and the heart back. Do you see that? My forearms are on the mat, on the chair, excuse me. My hips are high. My heart is pressing back into a downward facing puppy. One more breath here. All right, go ahead and step forward, and let's just take a little break from that, okay, before we add on. So I'm going to show you what we're going to add on because it's a little bit hard to kind of hear and see what I'm doing. So I'll be in downward puppy. Let me just do that. You just watch, okay? Just watch for a second. So I'll be here in downward facing puppy. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand off and I'm going to touch my chest, right? Then I'm going to put that hand down. Then I'm going to reach the other one and I'm going to reach up and touch my chest. And then I'm going to put that hand down and then I'll step forward and come up, okay? So we're going to basically be taking a hand off of our chair as we touch our chest. And then we'll put it down and then we'll reach up and do the other side. Let's give it a try and see what we think. And remember, you don't ever have to add on if you don't want to. Okay, are we ready? Let's take that step back. We're going to hinge. Start with your palms in the seat of the chair and bring your weight forward. Okay, so remember, shoulders are over those wrists. Now from this position, we're going to go ahead and move down into our forearms on the chair. And if you want to take another step back, you can do that. Lift your hips high and shoot your heart back. So my hips are high and my heart is back. My head is down, I'm looking at the floor. Okay, are we ready for that add-on? Let's see how we feel. Take your left hand off the chair and touch your heart or your chest. Put that forearm back on the chair. Take the other hand off, touching that heart. Put that hand back on. Let's do that one more time. Each side. Touching that heart, putting that hand back down. Other side, touching that heart. Put that hand back down. Get back into that downward facing puppy. One more breath. Step forward, and roll it up. How did that feel? Yeah, a little challenging, right? Working into the abdominals really tight, getting that heart lifting, a little bit of stretch for the backs of the legs. All right, very, very good. So let's come to the back of our chair. You don't really have to be behind it, but if you want to, you can do that. I'm going to be on the side so you can see me a little bit better. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to interlace our fingers behind our back, okay? You see what I'm doing there? And I'm push those knuckles down. So when you push those knuckles down, your heart opens, right? Opening up into that chest. Take a deep breath and release it. Open those arms back, open up wide. Press the backs of the palms back, feel yourself opening up through that heart. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. All right, are we ready? We're going to cross our arms, give ourselves a hug. Now I want you to lift those elbows, okay? Now look up on an inhale. Elbows are coming up with, and then exhale, you're going to come and look forward and bring those elbows back down. Does that make sense? Let's do that again. Up we go. Inhale. And exhale, back down we go. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now listen, when we release, let's take our arms all the way to the ceiling. Can you come up onto your tiptoes? Ah! Star pose. One more breath. Down we go. Bring your hands down and release. Okay. We're going to do that whole thing again. This time, I don't know, for me, I crossed my right arm on top, then you're going to switch whichever arm you didn't do on top, okay? Are we ready? The whole thing again. Here we go. Clasp your hands behind your back. Press those palms down. And as you press it down, lift your heart up. You feel that? Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. Let's take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Okay, bring those arms out. Palms are facing in. Press back behind you. Oh, that should feel so good. Stretching. One more breath here. Now we're going to cross our arms. Give yourself a hug. Now let's lift those elbows. Now as you inhale, we're going to look up and the elbows are coming with. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring those elbows back down to the center. Let's do that again. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, back down. One more time. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, back down. Okay, we're going to unravel our arms. We're going to bring them up to the ceiling. Star pose. Can you come up onto those tippy toes? I know. Breathe. One more breath. And down we go. Very, very good. All right, let's come to seated. And grab a sip of water. So we're going to come forward in our chair and clasp your hands behind your back. Now, if that doesn't feel good, you can just grab the back of your chair. It's fine, okay? But I want you to really feel like you're lifting up through the heart, squeezing your shoulder blades behind. Now, we're just going to take our nose and begin to make little bitty tiny circles in one direction. Doesn't matter which direction, but just pay attention because we'll switch it. Now, we're going to begin to make those circles a little bit bigger. And a little bit bigger. And pretty big. All right, let's go ahead and start tightening that coil back up. A little bit smaller circles. A little bit smaller circles. Tiny, tiny circles. And stop. Okay, let's reverse it. Little circles first. And then we're going to make a little bit bigger. Keep on making them bigger, right? Just opening up that coil. Now we've got a pretty big circle going. And let's begin to tighten that coil up a little bit. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. Until we've got that tiny, 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 tiny circle. And release. Really, really good. Okay, we're going to do a chin to chest neck stretch. So we're going to place the palms of our hands in our lap. Extend your thumbs out. And so one palm is stacked on top of the other. We're going to bring those palms up. We're going to place them right here at the back of our head. Bring your elbows in. And then you're just going to use your thumbs to give the back of the neck a little massage. So I'm just rubbing the back of my neck a little bit with those thumbs. All right, now we're going to bring those elbows even closer and then look down at your lap. So it's just a gentle stretch here. I don't want you pulling on the neck. You're letting the weight of your elbows and gravity is what's actually giving you the stretch. Just one more breath. Go ahead and come up, bring those elbows up to the ceiling. And let's just do that one more time. Are we ready? Here we go. Last time. Just a little bit of a stretch here for the back of the neck. The elbows are to the floor. Letting gravity do the work. We're not pulling on it. One more breath. Go ahead and bring those elbows up and release. And then just kind of move around a little bit. Just a little free form. Woo! I feel that one. I don't know about you, but boy, that one gets me. It feels good. Okay, we're going to do some elbow circles. So I'm just simply going to take the palms of my hands and place them up on my shoulders. Now, bring your elbows upwards and then in together. All right? Now, we're going to take those elbows up to the ceiling. Then we're going to take them wide. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades behind you and then down to the floor. Let's do that again. Up we go. Kiss those elbows together. Send them up to the ceiling. Bring them back behind you and down to the floor. Now, just hold on right here so your elbows are kind of pulling down on the tops of those shoulders. Do a head nod, yes. And then a no. And then a yes. Now we're going to reverse that circle. So we're going to go back first. Then we're going to go up to the ceiling. Then we're going to touch them together. And then down. And let's do that again. Open. Squeeze behind you. Up to the ceiling. Kiss those elbows together in front. And down we go. And do a head nod yes. And a no. A yes. And release. Good. All right. We're going to move into staff pose. So let's move back just a little bit. I don't want you leaning back, but I don't want you to be right at the edge of the chair either. Feet are nice and grounded to the mat. Your sits bones are grounded to the chair. We're going to place our hands right under our arms, and I want you to lift up through the chest. So the sternum is lifted, the shoulders are down, the crown of the head is towards the ceiling. Now, as you release, you're pulling up. As you release this, you're going to put your fingertips on the chair, but I want you to maintain that lifted sternum. Does that make sense? Is your belly tight? Are you lifting up through that staff pose? One more breath here and release. Very, very good. Okay, so we're going to move into a seated twist. Your left hand is going to come on the outside of that opposite knee. Your other hand will come to the back of the chair. I want you to lift up nice and tall through the spine, and then you're going to turn. Pull this shoulder back. Turn and look over that shoulder. One more breath. Go ahead and face forward. Let's do the other side. So here we go. We're going to bring that hand out. Other hand back on the chair. Lengthen through the spine first. Pull that shoulder back. Turn and look. One more breath and face forward. Okay, we're going to add one more thing on. So I'm going to cross my left leg over my right. Okay, so now my right hand is going to go on the outside of that top leg. Other hand back behind. Extend, pull the shoulder back, and turn and look. So it's just a gentle twist here, but if you want a little bit more, you can press this hand against that thigh and give yourself just a little additional twist. Let's release it, and let's take that leg down and go to the other side. This hand is going to come to the outside of the thigh, opposite hand back. Extend, pull that shoulder back, turn and look. Hold and breathe. One more breath here and release. Very good. Okay, let's take that right leg and extend it out in front of us, toes to the ceiling for pyramid pose. Lengthen through the spine. Let your heart fall forward, breathing into the stretch. Let's go ahead and roll back up to a seated. Do that again. Extend and hinge. Nice. Back side of that front leg. And roll it up. Okay, let's do the other side. Extending that other leg long, toes to the ceiling, lengthen through the spine. Let that heart fall forward. I'm actually holding onto my thighs a little bit to give myself some support. Feel free to do that if you want. Roll it up. And let's do that again. Lengthen through the spine, shoulders stay down, belly stays tight. Let the heart fall forward, breathing. And roll it up. Really good. Okay, pigeon pose. So you've got options. You can cross ankle to ankle if that feels better for you, or you can go ahead and place that ankle in front of the knee. All right. So here we are in a seated pigeon, and this might feel really, really good for you. If you want a little bit more, you're going to lengthen through the spine and begin to let that heart fall forward, keeping the back flat. Should feel good. All right, let's go ahead and lift up, and we're going to do that one more time, just like that. Lengthen and hinge. If you want, you don't have to do this part, right? You can just hang out. Just seated pigeon. You don't need to let the heart fall forward if that doesn't feel good for you. All right, are we going to do the other side? Here we go. Remember, you can be ankle to ankle if that feels better for you, or it can be ankle to knee. We're going to lengthen first, and then just let that heart fall forward. Okay, go ahead and come up and do it one more time. That's your exhale as you move into that movement, and then just breathe. One more breath. Excellent work. All right, let's go ahead and sit back in our chair. Shoulders are down. You can lean back if you wish. Flip those palms up to the ceiling. Close your eyes and just breathe.
It's an opportunity. The obstacle you encounter is not just something that gets in your way. It's an opportunity. The beauty you see is not merely there to be admired. It represents an opportunity. This is not just another hour, another trip, another situation. It's an opportunity to live with purpose, with effectiveness, with joy, gratitude, and love. Whatever form it takes, see the opportunity. Take the opportunity to act, to speak, to learn, to improve, to understand. Appreciate the opportunities, and they return the favor. The more opportunities you make good use of, the more and better opportunities there will be. Whatever place you go, whatever thing you see, whatever is going on, it's an opportunity. Make it your business to make good and lasting value from it.
Let's go ahead and open our eyes. Drop that right ear to the right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards the chest. Reach up with the hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with your left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. Remember, click on that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.